It's time for Cobblestone, Cobblers, Cobobulus between these two teams. This is the pick of Tricked. They sucked on the first map. Can they show up on the second map, Dan?
Strong words, but I can't really fault them. It was a terrible first map. They got like 3 or 4 rounds. So, well, Cobble time. It's a great map for Dignitas. Dignitas, a fantastic T-sided team led by the one and the only MSL. So let's see how that goes. But first things first, Dignitas will be on the CT side. So we won't see that for a little bit. Tricked have all of the perks of being on the T side of Cobblestone here. So it is their choice. And they did ban Dust too. So I feel like there's so many different options of bans to go with against Dignitas.
Well, there's one ban in a best of 5.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. Like they could have chosen
Multiple maps.
I mean, it could have been any ban, right?
I see.
And they chose Dust too, and I still am surprised about that because I feel like there's lots of problems against Dignitas potentially maps like this one, which they picked. So let's see how they fare. They've shown good results here. But they are ready to go in, it seems.
Ooh, MSL, he's facing the wall to avoid flashbangs, but also he's got a CZ. And because there are 3 people up top, that's really interesting. I'm curious as to how many kills he can get unless he is checked. He's got a quite nice angle. And here they come, this one. Doing great damage. 2 kills for him. And RUBINO's got to clean up, and it's worked out perfectly. Always nice to see a pistol player with a 5-7 or something like that. But a CZ, not something you've seen that set up, and it works out marvelously.
I love it when a plan comes together.
That is a solid pistol round strat from Dignitas. They got off on the right foot, on the strong foot. That foot's kicking that ass.
Kicking that ass. Kicking that ass. Okay, we've got a couple Deeks, 3 Deeks in fact, several Deeks here at Tricked. And I'm just looking for a bit of a peek there from M4. Dignitas are really good on not losing basically anyone. I mean, maybe like one player around like this on their CT side and Nuke. So let's see if they can continue the trend here on Cobblestone. They get their cobblers on. So far, so good. Magic's with 2. Turns around in a timely fashion to find himself the flanking player. And it does look very easy so far for Dignitas. There was nothing going on there. I mean, Trick did have some stuff to work with here and there, but they're unable to get any good engagements. Not a good start. Not a good start for Tricked.
Another eco is due.
Love ecos. Don't love ecos. I told a lie.
So we will witness the slaughter. Niko has a P250. Other than that, there's nothing going on here for Tricked. Apart from the numbers game, which is heading towards A for the time being. 2 players in a lower area. Dignitas going for timed execution towards B, but A is where the action's at. Maybe not hearing anything towards B. There'll be a 3rd man rotating. You can hear the sounds if a rush is attempted. And maybe a rush would be recommended in either direction for these players with no utility. Magic's playing up close. He's got an M4 though, so no need to get up close to the numbers game. And now it's HUNDEN with 5 HP and he's dead. Round done. We can move to the buys. Let's see what Tricked have in mind. I'm wondering if we're going to see an or. Well, they're probably not. We are actually. JUGi doesn't have the money to get a helmet, which is going to be a problem, especially with an AWP. Look at the weapons on the other side. They are, for the most part, going to be one-shotting JUGi. If they're fast enough, we'll see if that AWP will have the desired impact.
It'll be MSL though looking to play close to long. And Magic's providing support there. So I always like to see those setups here. And it can definitely be a good way to open things up. Commonly, there will be a lot of teams that will run that default on the T side, which will involve a 2 to 3 man take of the long area. So, you know, early in the round, if you're not afraid of your T side opponent going for a fast B play, you can try to basically defeat their A take, their A long take, with that 2-man setup. If you can outplay them tactically, that's what it's all about, really. And it's all about if Tricked have those proper pop flashes. But you can see the setup here. MSL's looking away once again. Pop flash could come in, or will they just go for the exploit play, just straight through the choke? Looks like there's a quick flash. It misses Magic's completely. That's a bad sign, James. That's a very bad sign.
Dignitas always ready. And again, one of the teams that pay attention to the small detail there. And you can see he was positioned to avoid that exact flashbang using the cover from the wooden object. 2 kills, no answer from Tricked. This is an important round for both sides. If Dignitas can have a clean round here, then their money's going to be luxurious. cajunb dancing, spots HUNDEN, going for a bit of a jump peek. Oh, distraction being run, and RUBINO will take the kill. 5 versus 2. Finally a kill comes in for Trix, and now they are getting some stuff on the scoreboard. MSL going to keep control of the bomb for the time being, leaving ECS alone, and he is on B. He is on the other side of the map, and there are 11 seconds. So Trix, this is their pick, remember?
Yeah. I remember, James. I remember. And so far, I can't remember a time when Trix were having a good go of it in this series. They've been getting shut down.
ECS has 108,000 kills on his AK. I have 53,000, but Scream probably has 250k at this point. Anyway, we need that counter to keep increasing, especially as he's the only man with a rifle in this round. I think my second most kills is with Deagle, actually. I think I've got 5,000 kills or something with Deagle. And then it's the knife, Dan.
How's your asthma, James?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do you mean? Oh, yeah. Well, but I don't understand how that makes sense.
No,
As a response.
you know what? My asthma was fine until I started casting today. Then I was spluttering.
Yeah, it's like the first thing I heard. I was like, oh.
Ironically, I'm going to doctor tomorrow, Dan. But because I busted my scuba diving, maybe you can add asthma in there as well. ECS gonna let his teammate go on a reconnaissance mission, and maybe his teammate will die. It's all down to ECS with this AK. maeVe baiting, trying to get some players going in his direction. There is a rotation coming in, and ECS waiting for an opening in connection. There it is. MSL goes down. It's one man with an AK versus 3 Dignitas players. While the rest of the team run distraction through the wall. Hello. He's done great work for his team so far. Can they get around though?
Looking like a good situation, though, even though it's a 1 versus 1 and JUGi has it all to do, trying to pay out the last player, but there he comes! Magic's boy, he was always going to have a good engagement there, even though his opponent was able to look, JUGi was able to look in the correct spot first time. And we are going to get an auto sniper out on the likes of MSL. And I do love how MSL has been a little bit all over the place across the map on the CT defense. He's integrated himself into the B site in various positions, as well as the A site in various positions. So it'll be quite fun to see how MSL is going to run the auto sniper this round. He's back towards danger, it would seem now, with that setup with Magic's.
That's got to be a high-risk situation, or position.
I don't know, he's got an auto sniper, I don't know what you're talking about.
Or perhaps we will find out. 4 players from Trix outside A at the moment. They're waiting for a peek from the CTs. JUGi's holding an angle towards the upper area, the long area, where Magic's boy has an off angle. He is not willing to venture too far for the time being. Some harassment there. But bear in mind, we have config on the plateau. I don't know if he's actually... I'm guessing that over towards B, cajunb's holding an angle, while config will pop out when necessary. There it is, MSL getting off to a good start.
Now he's alone though. Magic's boy was taken down without getting a single frag back. Smoke comes out. Great play from MSL though. He's got that auto sniper working and it's going perfectly so far. He does get traded in the end, but he's done great damage despite Magic's getting nothing. So it's just me on the remaining players. Nice trade comes in from JUGi as he's able to find cajunb, but now it's on RUBINO for the clutch. JUGi has no idea where he is. And cajunb, oh rather, sorry, RUBINO knows exactly where he is. Gets a devastating tag down to 14. Flick comes in, JUGi able to clutch. And there hasn't been many clutches so far here for Trick, but finally one will be closed down by the likes of JUGi, putting Trick on the board here on Cobblestone.
Yeah, MSL got more out of his auto sniper than I expected. That is a very, very satisfying thud on the Scar 20 when you start firing those bullets, though. That has to be said. 2 players moving towards long, and then 3 over towards the B bomb site for Dignitas. And you can see what's happened to their money. cajunb and config, barely any grenades between them. So that was an expensive round in the long term. Config going for some dirty peeks there, but JUGi is elsewhere now. And that's a warning shot for later rounds that if JUGi's on an AWP, then it's not going to be safe for him to go for any peeks anywhere.
Yeah, that was the GG shot right there. Playing whack-a-mole with the AWP. And Dignitas, it's always very difficult when you're on the CT side. You go down a player. I love how they've put the third guy, or put a third guy on to B instead of just going 2-2. That said, they're going to split up again now. Getting another pick, putting it to a 4 versus 4. Still not with enough information, really. And we should start to see, indeed, MSL goes back towards the B-bomb site, but tricked after applying a bit of extra pressure, which did convince MSL to go back towards Connector. They are going to switch it up and go back to A, putting all the pressure on Magic's boy. His hold here is absolutely key for Dignitas. There's the first frag. He spots the bomb. The rotation can come in. MSL must delay with this grenade. He's the first man in here for Dignitas on the retake. 2
on the low ground, 1 on the high ground. maeVe heavily tagged, leading the charge towards the door. RUBINO's there for support now. He can help MSL. maeVe maybe not ready for it. He's going to go down, and there goes HUNDEN as well. It's JUGi again. He's got 2 kills so far. He needs to find himself the ace in there to take this round. So far, so good. MSL tag goes down to the AWP. Not going to happen on this occasion. cajunb with 1 AWP, second one not required.
Yeah, 4 kills there from MSL, stepping it up big as the shot caller, as the in-game leader for the team. 13-3 at the moment on the CT side, leading the way there. And generally, we're seeing some great Counter-Strike from Dignitas. I have to say, I really am enjoying, despite the fact that it has been quite one-sided. It's partially for the reason that Dignitas are just playing very good Counter-Strike at the moment. So I'd see if Tick can make things a little bit more difficult for them in the upcoming rounds, but this one shouldn't be much more than a formality as they are on an eco. After just being reset, they had to convert that last round, but instead, now they are back in the doghouse.
Despite it being 6-1, Config hasn't got any kills yet. I don't know if he's seeing much of the action. Currently deep towards B. But as long as the team are winning, then it's all good in the hood. He's trying to find out if anybody's towards the drop. Magix is in trouble now. He needs support. But this is the question. Do you support him and risk getting damage as well? Or do you leave him to die, essentially? MSL's chosen the former. And let's see what he can do, because I think he's being flanked. He's cleaning house! That is monstrous from MSL.
Wow.
So patient with the USP as well. That is amazing. Dude came in like Superman.
Is that I got this? I got this. Yeah, you're right there. That is a massive risk going out there, especially that angle. He's playing pixel angles against the pistols. It's pretty much the worst kind of engagement you can find against them there. But if you are really confident, if you are a star level player, those are the kinds of plays you can make. I wouldn't describe MSL as those things, but he did it anyway, and he pulled it off wonderfully. So great stuff so far from MSL. Long do I hope it continues. And now Tricked are back on the buy, but it's not the best buy in the world, featuring a Tech 9 and a UMP, as you can see. But they have to get the pressure onto Dignitas. They can't afford not to get a good buy in here. And once again, Dignitas, they played quickly, quite aggressively, I think, with Magic's boy. Then he's pulled back a little bit on A long, but he gave his team the information to be like, okay, guys, we're going to go for that hold, 4 men on B for a first 45 seconds probably, unless they see something, which gives them the information to make them rotate before that point. But typically, this is a very smart play from Dignitas, expecting the B rush in the first 55 seconds of the round. And RUBINO's going to confirm it. Here it comes.
Config's on the stairs. Flash at the moment, but he's ready to pop up when needed. His team can... Oh, he's gone down, actually. I was going to say his team could flash for him, but they're not in position to do that anymore. HUNDEN looking for the frag. And then RUBINO taken down. Now there are problems for Dignitas. Niko's going to get taken down, and HUNDEN leaves him in an exposed in an awkward position. Magic's boy, though, with the nade in his hand, going to fall. Now it's JUGi alone, but not for long. 8-1. Dignitas continues to rack up. This is looking as bad as Nuke was.
The ridiculous thing there is that Config still has no frags. Config still, as one of the dedicated B players, didn't get a single kill in that defense. It was all about the retake attempt mostly. And
this is the best map of MSL's life, surely.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you're not supposed to win rounds like that. Oh, well, okay.
It's a career-defining map, Dan.
You're not supposed to have that hard of a time when basically you got a player on the B1 site he's not doing anything. So that's kind of scary. That Tricked are not able to do more here on that B-bomb side when they've gone in. Back to pistols again as well.
Oh, so I've got to be careful. And Eagle's coming in, 24 HP. He needs to get the hell out of there. Nothing worse than a ecoing team picking up a rifle. We've got Config pretty deep as well. And indeed, he's going to run back a bit anyway. As much as you think is safe. So, close quarters engagements, but they're being won by Dignitas, and now it's niko. No one down for the, I was going to say the Danish side. Dignitas at the moment. Ooh, get wrecked, son.
one of the cool things as well about a player like MSL is that typically, your star level players, a lot of them are very instinctual, very gut oriented, and they just go for plays. They're not really defined to a particular structure, or they don't define their gameplay in that way. But more methodical players, when they're having really crazy individual performances, they're thinking, okay, I go here, I have this engagement. They're not even thinking about making the frags. They're just putting themselves in what they think is the most ideal spot in various positions. And if they're fragging at the same time, it actually gets quite ridiculous. And so we could actually see massive numbers here in this matchup from MSL. He's already on 20, I think. So it could get much, much more for MSL, because I don't think his performance is going to drop, to be honest, in this map at least. And they're about to move into him again, James.
MSL, the unstoppable machine. He's got a blind angle, but they're ready for him. Double peek coming in from the T side. HUNDEN should have gone down there from cajunb. Flashed, but his teammate will save him. 2 versus 3 now, and there's a chance for Trick to get another round on the board. HUNDEN spots the flash, manages to avoid it. Knows where at least one of the CTs is, but they don't know where RUBINO is. RUBINO's on the site at the moment, holding the blind angle. He will pop out whenever he wants to. However, JUGi may be the difference, and indeed he will be. RUBINO taken down now, and it's config alone that he can only be traded. 9-2 in favor of Dignitas. niko just gets the extra $300 there for planting the bomb.
Yeah, nice entry, really nice entry from Trick there. They really nailed a lot of their flashbangs on the entries, and it can always be difficult to actually correctly predict which spots the CT players are actually going to be sitting in, because of course, like, flashes, the strength of flashes depends on the distance they are away from the person you're trying to flash, and so you can't flash everything necessarily. So sometimes you have to guess and have those kind of catch-all pop flashes that catch the most positions that are the most immediately dangerous. And Trick managed to pull it off quite well. And in this round, they need to convert finally, but we have the auto sniper back out for MSL. Is he playing that position as he was before? Has he mixed it up here? I think he's towards danger again, but a slightly different position.
I think he's the first engagement on upper, with Magic's boy being the trade guy, but he's rotating between the two. Now he's gone to danger. However, HUNDEN's already passed that position, going back. And Dignitas may have little warning as to what's going on here, because they've got cajunb with the AWP over towards A as well. Moving into the drop zone now. Combat is coming in. RUBINO gets taken down, and that is only one person versus 4 versus 5 on the B bomb site. And that's config.
Yeah, he's not been having the best game. This is the time to step up. Frag number 1. Looks like maybe an easy second, but the flash comes in a very timely manner, allowing now the T's to progress forwards onto the site, but only for a moment, because MSL rears his ugly head with that Scar 20. It is absolutely fantastic. That auto sniper, that performance, the performance from MSL, and he will crush the economy of Tricked.
Worth noting, the Scar and the SSG 553, they're both pretty good for no scopes as well. They're pretty accurate, and at that kind of range, really close quarters, they're going to be really reliable with the no scopes. So that's just a nasty situation for the opponent to be in. Forced by Tricked now, moving over towards the B bomb site. And there we go, charging in, flashbang looks up, config backing up, 2-man spread over him. No answer just yet, RUBINO goes down, and maeVe tagged, but he can't be killed by that player. But everyone else will come in, well, cajunb, rather, will come in and throw a 3K of his own from the chicken coop. And that's another strong round from Dignitas. Tricked, they can't string 2 rounds together.
Yeah.
One round reset, 1 round reset.
I mean, this is the same thing on Nuke as well. When you see them win a round or come very close, there still seems to be no real solution. It's like, okay, generally speaking, Dignitas are having better tactical engagements, better performances. Overall, they are just a bit better. So there's no consistency for Tricked. Every time they win that round and they are 1 away from resetting Dignitas, they're the ones that always get reset because they just don't have that consistency. And it's very scary because Dignitas aren't even on the T side yet, which is where I would expect them to have better performances on this map. And MSL has been ridiculous, absolutely nuts. As said, we're going to see pistols running in. And one thing to note as well is that even if MSL wasn't having this performance, you should expect to see a performance like this from a cajunb, or sometimes from a RUBINO, a Magic's boy, a config. Like, these are all players that are very capable of having such huge individual performances. Today it's MSL. Today it's just MSL. So even if he wasn't playing as well, I have confidence that the result would be somewhat similar in rounds. And I love the auto sniper. that it's just I mean, we've got triple sniper on Dignitas. That's just... Well, they're just having some fun at this point.
Last rounds, and Dignitas are all in.
They're playing yesterday like they've got somewhere to be.
Yeah. They have indeed. Well, maybe they do, because I think some people are going to Serbia tomorrow for the TWC. So Magic's boy behind the smoke. Is he willing to fire? Last round for Tricked to get back some respect, if nothing else. This is precarious for Dignitas, especially with 3 snipers. Tricked are very close. There we go, cajunb goes down. Magic's boy trades, and he's going to get paid straight back. MSL with a blat, blat, blat. That's the sound of my gat. Oh, my Scar 20. Whatever you prefer. JUGi's pick up his weapon of choice. Down goes RUBINO. Tricked 3 versus 2. Bomb heading towards B, so JUGi is the distraction man, but MSL, being somewhat of a mastermind himself, realizes what's going on. Although his teammate Config is somewhat trapped on A at the moment, dancing around with JUGi, so it's down to MSL with the... Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, Dan. Dan!
He could do it all. Oh, no. Oh, no! Here it comes. He gets the first kill. And now Config rotates. Oh, there it is, finishing the half.
That was
in
beautiful.
The way that he started it.
27 kills in 1 half.
Yeah, that's absurd. This is probably one of the best performances we've ever seen from MSL individually. It has to be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It just has to be.
It is. I will present it as facts, Dan. 27 for 4.
Very good chance it is facts.
In 1 half. What on earth? What in the blazes, Dan, is going on?
That's so incredible. Well, another round in which Tricked had a pretty sizable advantage, but MSL made a very smart play, just realizing what was going on, read the situation very quickly to realize I'm in a spot where I could actually just rotate to the other side. I feel like it's very likely from this position that's what my opponents will be doing based on the information I have, and he clutches to play. That's amazing. So 13-2, a very, very, very tough situation for Tricked. On the piss around now on the CT side, but I don't think things get any easier for them.
Moving through really quickly, and it's going to be interesting. There are CTs surrounding the site. They have a net. Oh, that's just unfair, Nico. Trades for both sides, but the advantage is with Tricked thanks to that shot through the smoke. Down goes the bomb. Clock is ticking on the CT. Charging through the choke point. RUBINO, cajunb, the CZs again, and both pistol rounds doing important work, exemplary work, Dan. 14-2.
How many rounds did Tricked get on the first map? Was it 4? I think it was 4.
3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, it was 4. Yeah, so far in 2 maps, they have 6 rounds in 2 maps. In almost the entirety of 2 maps, if Dignitas can finish this one off from this position. We do get the force buy to prevent this from Tricked. They have no other choice. No other choices left with them.
maeVe has a Nova.
Ooh.
And no armor. He had a smoke grenade, which has been since deployed. Double peek coming in. MSL leading the charge, taking it for his team. UMP and 2 HP. maeVe in a drop. 2 players per site for the CT side. And Config waiting for these CTs to present themselves. This is me. Here I am. I am on the plate. He's tagged. Nice angle, but can't get anything done. There's opportunity, though, for the CTs here because MSL 2 HP. Config tagged as well. And maeVe has an AK. Nico trying to do work on the site. Down goes MSL. Ooh, the aim punch is real. There were opportunities, Dan, but as with most of these rounds, opportunities have been taken away by Team Dignitas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of scary, to be honest. Tricked, I really didn't expect this, to be honest, at all. I thought that Tricked would have at least a chance to have a somewhat competitive series against Dignitas, maybe taking a map, maybe even taking 2 maps. But right now, it's not looking like it's very good for them. It's going to start off this way. Quick play into the B-bomb site to try to finish things off quickly. The opener from Config is going to make life a little bit easier, getting into that bomb plant position for the Dignitas side. But we have some kills coming in. Tricked able to nail a couple of Dignitas players, but Still looking rather difficult. Trace, though, Magic's with 3 health, and surely not. Surely not.
I hate it when I see a professional player scrolling through grenades with his mouse wheel.
Yeah.
A button for every grenade.
There's quite a top-level player in Quake 3 who used to scroll his guns with his mouse wheel, which was, everyone called him out almost every day of his life for that. But he never changed. His name was Demon, actually, Belgian player. But I don't think he ever changed his ways. I think he still scrolls happily to this day.
I had to unbind. No, what am I talking about? You know, before if you press 4, it would cycle through the grenades as well. I had to make it only the HE grenade to force myself to use individual binds. Anyway, 15-3, and it's a forced buy from Dignitas. They've got an AK and 4 Tech 9s, and perhaps they have a plan as well. Deep smokes from the CTs. They may try to take control of the plateau, but they will be surprised that there are so many Dignitas players there. niko holding from the site, close to the stairs, but so is RUBINO, and down goes niko.
So it's time for the hold of HUNDEN's life. Here behind the statue, there are smokes everywhere, forcing a reposition here so we can get some kind of an engagement on the edge of the smoke. But the T's, they're just not coming. They're surrounding maeVe. They're encircling him, dancing around him. There's just nothing he could do. HUNDEN able to pick up one there, but traded immediately by the quick onslaught of the Tech 9s. Leaving not much other than Easter tag, but he will die as well to cajunb. And that is a very fast close from Team Dignitas. 16-3, that's insane. We had 7 rounds in 2 maps from Tricked. 7 rounds in 2 maps in a potential 60 rounds.
They appear to have no answer to Dignitas. No answer at all.
Yeah.
They have an answer on map 3. What is map 3, Dan?
Map 3 is going to be Mirage, and it is the choice of Dignitas, and we know it to be a very awesome map for Dignitas, a very awesome map for any team where MSL is at the helm.
Well, it's opportunity number 3, maybe the last one for Tricked in the next map. We will see that and them after the break.